Hello, and here's some things we used to think as kids. If you cross your eyes long enough, they'll stay that way forever. If you swallow seeds, a tree will grow inside you. We believe that people in the past lived in black and white because of old movies. The moon followed you everywhere you go, that you could die if you don't wait after eating to go swim, and that people on the other side of the planet were upside down. Did you know Starbucks has its own record label? Hello, and here's some things you never knew about Starbucks. Black aprons are reserved for coffee masters only. The name Starbucks was inspired by the book Moby Dick. There are 2 cup sizes that are not on the menu. There are more than 87,000 drink combinations possible. The average customer goes to Starbucks 6 times a month. Starbucks spends more on healthcare for employees than coffee beans every year. Starbucks' first latte was introduced 13 years after opening in 1971. Hello, and here's some things you didn't know are illegal. Riding a bike while drunk is just as illegal as drunk driving a car. Pickling someone without their consent is seen as a form of assault. Washing oil paint down the sink as it can contaminate the water. Profiting from photographs of the Eiffel Tower taken at night, stepping into a public fountain, or even gambling in a library. And it's also illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. Did you know the Nobel Peace Prize is named after Alfred Nobel for inventing dynamite? Hello, and here's some totally random facts. One of the ingredients needed to make dynamite is peanuts. The largest living organism in the world is a fungus and is 2,200 acres. The shortest war in history lasted for only 38 minutes. Glass balls can bounce higher than rubber ones. The average person spends 2 weeks of their life waiting at traffic lights, and you can cut a pie into 8 pieces with only 3 cuts. Did you know while you are asleep you can't smell anything? Hello, and here's some weird facts about humans. Some tumors can grow hair, teeth, bones, and even fingernails. Your brain uses 10 watts of energy to think and does not feel pain. Your fingernails grow faster when you are cold. A typical cough is 60 miles per hour, while a sneeze is often faster than 100 miles per hour. Your feet typically produce a pint of sweat every single day. 20% of all the oxygen you breathe is used by your brain, and all babies are born with blue eyes. Did you know babies have 100 more bones than adults? Hello, and here's some amazing science facts. In 2.3 billion years, it will be too hot for life to exist on Earth. Your stomach acid is strong enough to dissolve stainless steel. Around 20% of Earth's oxygen is produced by the Amazon rainforest. Some metals are so reactive that they explode on contact with water. Hawaii moves 7.5 centimeters closer to Alaska every year. The Eiffel Tower can be up to 15 centimeters taller during the summer, and it takes 8 minutes and 19 seconds for light to travel from the sun to the Earth. Did you know giant pandas eat 5 tons of bamboo per year? Hello, and here's some cool facts about animals. Cats are not able to taste anything that is sweet. Snails take the longest naps, with some lasting as long as 3 years. Kangaroos cannot walk backwards. Sea lions have rhythm, making them the only animal able to clap to a beat. Hippopotamus milk is pink. Birds can't live in space because they need gravity to be able to swallow. If you die young, your pets won't ever understand why you didn't come back. Some of us are afraid to be happy because we fear of something bad happening. When you're a kid, you don't realize your parents grow up too. The hospital is the only building you left without entering. If you're the only child in the family, you have the chance to end the whole bloodline. You can't raise your eyebrows and scrunch your nose at the same time. Your age is just the number of laps you've done around the sun. The word man combined with any dairy product just sounds wrong. Technically, when you turn 113, then you become a teenager again. And imagine after you die, someone takes the VR headset off your face and asks, how was it? Did you know Taco Bell was originally named Bell's Drive-In and Taco Tia until 1962? Hello, and here's some Taco Bell facts. Taco Bell used to sell chili burgers, the Bell Beefer, and the Blackjack Taco. Taco Bell was the first fast food chain to hire women as managers. The Doritos Locos Taco added 15,000 jobs to the company. All the menu items were originally priced at only 19 cents. The original Taco Bell location had no indoor seating, but it did have a patio where customers could listen to mariachi bands. Taco Bell serves over 1 billion burritos and 2 billion tacos every year, and in 2013, Taco Bell became the first fast food place to remove its kids menu. Did you know due to gravitational effects, your weight is slightly less when the moon is directly overhead? Hello, and here's some facts about the moon. Each time you see a full moon, you always see the same side. The moon orbits the Earth every 27.32 days. A full moon is 9 times brighter than a half moon. Moon dust smells like gunpowder. The moon has a very thin atmosphere called an exosphere, and the moon's diameter is 3,476 kilometers, making it 27% the size of the Earth. Hello, and here's some facts that will leave you speechless. Your toilet seat is probably cleaner than your phone right now. North Korea and Finland are only separated by 1 country. Humans share 50% of their DNA with bananas. Charles Darwin and Abraham Lincoln have the same exact birthday. Every 2 minutes, we take more pictures than all of humanity did in the 19th century. No United States president has ever died in May. Humans have shorter attention spans than goldfish. Did you know unless food is mixed with saliva, you can't taste it? Hello, and here's some food facts you didn't know. Lemons contain more sugar than strawberries. Macadamia nuts are toxic to dogs. Honey is the only natural food that never goes bad. M&M's chocolate stands for the initials for its inventors Mars and Murray. The fortune cookie was invented in San Francisco. In Eastern Africa, you can buy beer brewed from bananas. Apples are more more effective at waking you up in the morning than coffee. Grapes explode when you put them in the microwave. And rice is the staple food for 50% of the world's population. Did you know Walmart has a lower acceptance rate than Harvard? Hello, and here's some funny but interesting facts. Hunting unicorns is legal in Michigan. Someone actually paid $10,000 for invisible artwork. Cows moo with regional accents. An American town had a 3-year-old mayor named Robert Tufts. Vending machines are bigger threats to humanity than sharks. The blob of toothpaste that sits on your toothbrush is called a nurdle. And there's an American town with a population of 1 named Monoe. Did you know Earth is the only planet not named after a god? Hello, and here's some interesting facts about space. If your DNA was stretched out, it would reach to the moon 6,000 times. All the planets in our solar system could fit inside Jupiter. Every year, the sun loses 360 million tons. An astronaut can be up to 2 inches taller returning from space, and 45% of Americans don't know that the sun is a star. Did you know there are more deaths due to mental health issues than all forms of violence combined? Hello, and here's some not so fun fact. If you are an identical twin, it is possible that you and your siblings' identities were swapped and your parents never caught it. Quokkas, the world's happiest animal, will throw their babies at attackers if threatened. You can smell your own lungs, your brain just filters out the smell. Most power outages in the US are caused by squirrels. Spider rain is a real and naturally occurring phenomenon. The reason dogs love squeaky toys is because they sound like small animals dying. But a crocodile cannot physically poke its tongue out. If you sneeze too hard, you can fracture your ribs. Hello, and here's some random facts. Rimped is the only word in the English dictionary that ends with MT. Cat has more than 30 muscles in each ear. We live in a world where GTA is a kid's game and Candy Crush is an adult's game. Ants can't die from falling from any height. The nose can recognize 1 trillion different smells. In the word Pacific Ocean, each C is pronounced differently. Most men will only ever receive flowers at their funeral. The brain named itself, and when the brain recognizes this, it becomes surprised. Bread goes into a toaster as a slice, but comes out as a piece. Did you know only 5% of the ocean has been explored so far? Hello, and here's some random facts you didn't know. Different species of mushrooms can glow in the dark. Slugs have not 1, not 2, or 3, but they have 4 noses. Ketchup used to be sold as medicine for people with diarrhea. You will comment 777 for good luck. Bananas are curved because they grow towards the sun. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift apart. Hawaiian pizza was actually a Canadian invention. May 29th is the official put your pillow in a fridge day. Leaving a like on this video means a lot. Your bed is a shell for your body when you are not using it. Killing someone with above average intelligence raises your IQ. Pluto wasn't demoted and went from being the smallest planet to being the king of a whole new set of solar system objects. Death might be really fun, and that's why no one has come back from it. Washing your hair is the most efficient way to clean under your fingernails. And if the entire universe suddenly ceased to exist, no one would notice. The scream in your head will never be out of breath. If the tomato is a fruit, then ketchup is the jam. If everyone had roller skates instead of feet, would there be cars, or would they go rollerblading everywhere? We will never know what memories we had as children, and we will never remember them. We know our parents for our whole lives, while they only know us part of their lives. Someone was born at this very moment, and someone lost their life at this very moment. Our brain has never experienced some things, and yet it can tailor a scenario in our head as if it had happened before. If I were a book, what title would I have? The hospital where you were born is the only building you left without entering. Humans invented the sound produced by dinosaurs. How does our voice in our head sound? The younger you have kids, the longer you can spend with them. We've never actually heard the Monster Mash, just a song about the Monster Mash. When you die, your possessions lose their sentimental value. Laziness has prevented more crimes than the police ever will, and the only way to make something colder is by making something else hotter. It's easier to charge $100 a night to sleep on a used mattress than it is to give a used mattress away for free. Push notifications are a great way for your phone to remind you which apps you need to uninstall. Psychiatrics are technically human tech support. Houses legit make ambient noises, but no one ever mentions it. If you were born blind, you wouldn't know colors exist. Younger you probably won't listen to older you's advice. And if you remove all the water from a dam and fill it with people instead, it will only have 30% less water. Did you know cotton candy was invented by a dentist? Hello, and here's some amazing fun facts. Superman didn't always fly. Chewing gum boosts concentration. The longest wedding veil was the same length as 63.5 football fields. Pigeons can tell the difference between a painting by Monet and Picasso. Bees sometimes sting other bees, and the total weight of ants on Earth once equaled the total weight of people. Did you know it takes about 66 days for an average individual to make something a daily habit? Hello, and here's some psychology facts. An average individual's mind wanders 30% of the time. Eye pupils rise to 45% when an individual looks at somebody they love. Having siblings is proven to help with getting along well with peers. If you sob out of happiness, the first tear will come from the right eye, but if you cry out of sorrow, it will come from the left. The way an individual treats the employees at an establishment tells immensely about their character. You'll produce enough saliva in your lifetime to fill 2 swimming pools. Hello, and here's some weird facts about the human body. Your nose can remember 50,000 different scents. Girls have more taste buds than boys. When you blush, the lining of your stomach also turns red. Teeth are the only part of the human body that lacks the capability to heal itself. The human tongue, just like a finger, has a unique to you print. The human thigh bones are stronger than concrete, and in the time it took you to watch this video, around 50,000 cells in your body died and were replaced by new ones. Blonde people are the only people that date solely based on personality. By the time your brain processes what's in the present, it's in the past. Your first birthday is actually your second birthday. An 18-year-old can legally adopt a 17-year-old. You get presents on your birthday just for existing. I hope your day is as pleasant as you are can either be a compliment or an insult. The most average person is likely only the most average person for a few seconds until someone dies or is born, changing the average. And there's a slight chance this is the last thing that you will ever read. If you start in Argentina, you could theoretically dig a hole to China. Hello, and here's some weird but true facts. Sunsets on Mars are blue. Baked beans aren't actually baked, they're stewed. A duel between 3 people is called a truel. Every continent except Antarctica has at least one McDonald's. The stage before frostbite is known as frost nip. The largest padlock in the world weighs 916 pounds. And people who suffer from boanthropy believe they are a cow and will try to live their life as a cow. Did you know you lose up to 30% of your taste buds during a flight? Hello, and here's some crazy facts you won't believe. The first person convicted of speeding was going 8 miles per hour. The heads on Easter Island have bodies. The moon has moonquakes just like the earth has earthquakes. Goosebumps are meant to ward off predators. Your nostrils only work one at a time. And rabbits can't puke. Did you know your reliance on social media is the product of your psychological system? Hello, and here's some psychology facts. Depression is often referred to as the product of thought. Your imagination causes issues that didn't exist before. Being happy around other people makes you happier. Convincing yourself that you slept well tricks your brain into believing that you did. The sort of music you listen to influences the way you view the world. Some people live their lives as if they were in a reality television show. And people who view crime shows and films have constantly overestimated the frequency of crime in the real world. Hello, and here's 5 quick facts about Easter. Easter is named after a fertility goddess named Eostra. Easter is the oldest Christian holiday. The Easter Bunny is originally from Germany. The act of painting eggs originates from a Ukrainian tradition. Easter is celebrated on the Sunday after the full moon following March 21st. Here's some things you will probably regret later on in life. Number 1 is not spending any time with your parents. Like, come on, your parents are getting old and one day they just won't be here anymore. So try to spend time with them when you can and make sure that they know you love and appreciate them too. Number 2 is not taking care of your body. Unhealthy habits and lifestyles probably won't have any effect on your health right now, but when you grow older, they'll definitely come back to bite you. And at number 3, not taking any risks. Stepping outside of your comfort zone can help you get new experiences, make new friends, and even increase your confidence. Did you know McDonald's first menu item was a hot dog? Hello, and here's some crazy facts about McDonald's. McDonald's began as a hot dog stand in the 1930s. A new McDonald's opens every 14.5 hours. More people eat McDonald's every day than the entire population of the United Kingdom. McDonald's makes over $75 million per day. They are technically the world's largest toy distributor. If you live in the USA, you are never more than 115 miles from a McDonald's. The McDonald's arch is more recognizable than the Holy Cross. The Queen of England even owns a McDonald's herself. Have you ever pretended you're a YouTuber when doing something? Hello, and here's some things we do but never talk about. Turning your pillow to the colder side. Saying ow even though something didn't hurt. Dropping the microwave with 1 second left to go. Imagining scenarios in your head that will never happen. Checking the fridge multiple times to see if food magically appeared. Opening a birthday card and pretending you don't notice the money while reading the card. Reading something but rereading the same part over and over because your thoughts are too distracting. 2 people can never go to each other's funerals. What if phobias are made from how you died in an alternate dimension? Earphones have replaced hats. You take them off when you meet someone you have respect for. If a man with ginger hair works at a bakery, does that make him a gingerbread man? Hospitals are the only place that have emergency entrances and exits. Is the Kool-Aid man the pitcher or the juice inside the pitcher? The reason why locksmiths are so expensive is because it has to be more profitable than burglary. If you mouth the word colorful, it'll look like you're saying I love you. Someone out there is pissed at you for taking their username. Hello, and here's some things you might have not realized. Confidence is not they will like me, it's I'll be fine if they don't. Someone had a crush on you, was totally secretly in love with you, or dreamed about you at night and you have no idea. No one in 2015 answered the right answer to where do you see yourself in 5 years. The reasons most of us stay up late is because we don't want our free time to end and tomorrow to start. There's no way to say I wasn't talking to you politely, and Cinderella was the only person with that shoe size in the whole kingdom. Here's some psychology facts you probably didn't know. When lovers look into each other's eyes, their heartbeats synchronize. It only takes 4 minutes to decide if you like someone or not. Spending money on others makes you happier than spending money on yourself. Cuddling can be used as a painkiller. Humans tend to care more about one person than massive tragedies. Just looking at a loved one can help dull pain. It takes up to 5 positive things to outweigh 1 single negative thing, and having a plan B means plan A is less likely to work. We secretly reread old conversations, Hey, and here's some things we all secretly do. Sometimes we don't eat our food until we find the perfect show suitable to watch. Sometimes we pretend we're doing interviews alone in our rooms. Some of us hate having to go shower, but once we are in the shower, we don't want to leave. When you go out, sometimes you pretend not to see someone you know. We've all secretly Googled ourselves at some point, pressing the elevator button multiple times, and feeling like you're in a music video while walking and listening to music in your headphones. Toothpaste is just soap for your teeth. You aren't paid by how hard you work, you're paid by how hard you are to replace. Camping is just being homeless for fun. Sand is just beach dandruff. Thanks to the internet, you no longer have to meet your heroes to be disappointed in them. You are an extra in the background of someone else's life. When computers get hot, they freeze. When the UFO is identified as a UFO, then it is no longer a UFO. Did you know that more than 800 million bacteria is exchanged in one kiss? Hey, and welcome to Not So Fun Facts, where I tell you unsettling facts. Keyboards have 400 times more bacteria than a toilet, because people clean their toilet, but not their keyboard. The largest baby ever born was 22 pounds. The mom was 7 feet 11 inches tall, and the dad was 7 feet 9 inches tall. So at birth, the kid was the size of a 6-month-old child, and I just realized you can't talk while inhaling through your nose. Hey, and here's some things you might have not realized. Phineas and Ferb are shaped like the letters P and F. You break your own record for most days lived every single day. Lollipops are just swallowing your own flavored saliva. It's impossible to say good eye mate without sounding Australian, and all ducks' beaks look like dogs. Did you know red pandas live in the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China? Hello, and here's some red panda facts. Red pandas are roughly the size of a large domestic cat. The red panda diet is 97% bamboo, and they occasionally eat small mammals, eggs, and flowers. Red pandas are mainly active at night, and they tend to look for food at dawn and at dusk. Red pandas can live up to 15 years, and red pandas are endangered mainly because of their natural habitat being destroyed and also due to them being hunted. A person with $10 is closer to $1 million than Jeff Bezos. You can't predict your thoughts, because if you did, then you would already be thinking it. What if rainbows came out at night and glowed like neon light? I wonder how many tattoos have been ruined because of earthquakes. It can never be opposite day, because if it is, then it isn't. How do police handcuff a one-armed person? You are constantly tasting the inside of your mouth without realizing it. Did you know that there's more than 2,000 serial killers in the United States currently at large? Hey, and welcome to Not So Fun Facts, where I tell you unsettling facts. On average, you secrete 26 gallons of sweat into your bed each year. Can you imagine how nasty the hotel beds are? There's a brain-eating amoeba that lives in water in warmer areas. It is found in lakes, rivers, and hot springs. Infection with this amoeba is nearly always fatal. If you have a cat and suddenly pass away, your cat will begin to eat you within 24 hours. And did you know April Fool's Day is also called All Fool's Day? Hello, and here's some random April Fool's Day facts. In Canada and in England, April Fool's jokes are only supposed to be played until noon. In 1698, an April Fool's Day joke tricked several individuals to go see lions being washed at the Tower of London. The earliest recorded association between April 1st pranks and foolishness can be found in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales, which was written in 1392. And since 1986, there have been press releases issued to announce April Fool's Day parade in New York City. However, no such parade exists.